The hardest thing about being a lifelong Nintendo fan is watching them become the villain. For years, I defended every move they made because Nintendo built the gaming world I love. But after the Switch 2 launch, I can't do it anymore. $450 console, the same as a PS5 digital, €80 for first party games. And the worst part, a €10 fee just to unlock 60 frames per second for Breath of the Wild, a game we already own. This isn't one bad call, it's the breaking point after years of betrayals. Let me show you exactly how we got here. Remember the Wii and the DS? It was a revolution. Nintendo wasn't just making games, they were fundamentally changing what it meant to be a gamer. The consoles were innovative, accessible, affordable. The games were weird and wonderful, and they were 100% complete the day you bought them. It felt like Nintendo was on our side, the ultimate underdog that cared more about fun than its bottom line. They took massive risks on games like Wii Sports and Brain Age, pulling in millions of new players. But they never forgot us. They still delivered hardcore masterpieces like Super Mario Galaxy and Twilight Princess. It felt generous, like they were genuinely happy that you were simply playing their games. Buying a Nintendo game was a fair trade. You paid the fair price and you got a perfect, complete, incredible experience in return. That Nintendo, the one that wanted to build a lifelong community, that company is gone. Over the past few years, a new mission has taken over, and it has far less to do with making you happy and a whole lot more to do with their balance sheet. At first, the changes were small enough that I, and probably you, made excuses for them. It started with the Switch tax. We watched all the Wii U games from a console that commercially failed, yet re-released for a full $60. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. They are phenomenal games, but we paid full price for ports with minimal updates. And we just kept playing. Then came the hardware. For years, one of the most frustrating problems in all of gaming has been Joy-Con drift. These expensive proprietary controllers have a massive design flaw that causes phantom inputs. Millions of players have this problem. Nintendo's response was years of silence, followed by a reluctant and complicated repair program. They never fixed the root cause, yet they kept selling them. Charging a premium price for a product you know it's broken isn't an accident, it's a business decision. And don't get me started on Nintendo Switch Online. Compared to PlayStation Plus and Game Pass, Nintendo's service is a joke. We are paying for laggy online multiplayer and for basic features like cloud saves that are standard and free on other platforms. Then they launched the expansion pack, locking N64 games we've all bought multiple times before, behind an even more expensive subscription, plagued with questionable emulation. Every one of these issues, the ports, the drift, the online service, it all points to the same pattern. Extract the most money possible for the least amount of effort. To be fair, now the expansion pack is a pretty good purchase because you get access to almost all the retro consoles from Nintendo besides the Wii, and it only costs €50 per year. And which one of these consoles has some of the best games from that era, so I can't complain much. But at first, this wasn't as good as it is now. But the other points still remain valid. This pattern has been building for years, but the Switch to launch was the tipping point, the final straw. First, the price was $450. For that much money, you can buy a PlayStation 5 digital, a significantly more powerful machine. I get that Nintendo has never competed on raw power, but that price is a monumental ask from a company that always had affordable prices. What's even crazier, instead of dropping the price of the old Switch, Nintendo actually raised the prices of the Switch OLED, Lite, and original models in August of 2025. Then there are the games. We are now seeing €80 first-party Nintendo titles. Marquee games like the new Mario Kart World launched at this high price point, but the single most incentive move is their plan for next-gen upgrades. To get a 60 FPS performance patch for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on your Switch 2, have to pay a €10 upgrade fee. Let that sink in. Sony and Microsoft built entire systems like Small Delivery to get players free performance upgrades for games they already own. The Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The list of games that received massive next-gen upgrades for free goes on and on. Nintendo is charging us $10 for a frame rate boost. This isn't just greed, it's profoundly disrespectful to the community that supports them. For me, it's just everything piling up. It's that slow, sinking feeling that the company I once admired now sees me just as a customer that is willing to pay them hundreds of dollars and not as a passionate gamer that wants revolutionary games. The joy I get from playing their games is constantly at war with the frustration I feel towards the company. Tears of the Kingdom is one of the greatest games ever made, but even that experience feels stained knowing its Switch 2 edition is €80 and that they're charging a fee to upgrade its predecessor. The creative magic is still there, but it's trapped inside a corporate machine that makes the whole experience feel gross. Nintendo used to feel like home. Now it feels like a landlord who just doubled the rent while refusing to fix the leaky faucet. I want to love Nintendo again. I am desperate to feel that simple, unadulterated joy I felt as a kid. But they are making it unbelievably hard. They are betting that our love for Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon is unconditional. They're betting that we'll complain, but we'll open our wallets anyway. And if you're being honest, they're probably right, but that doesn't make it okay. It is not entitled to ask a multi-billion-dollar corporation for controllers that work as advertised. It's not entitled to ask for fair prices on next-gen upgrades that competitors give away for free. But it is also not entitled to expect the company not to raise the price of an 8-year-old piece of hardware. I have to ask you, do you feel this too? Was the Switch to launch your breaking point? Or was there another moment you stopped making excuses and just felt let down? Tell me your story in the comments. This is a conversation our community needs to have. And if this resonated with you, consider liking the video and subscribing. I'm not losing my love for gaming, not even close. I'm losing my love for what Nintendo is becoming. And I honestly don't know if I'll ever get that feeling back.